I'm going to give you some feedback on your first draft of your guidelines. I think it works really well that you've chosen to take on the persona of an immigration officer. It makes it really interesting to read, and it gives a clear context as to why you're giving your advice. I think because you're an immigration officer, your title works well, because it's clear and it's easy for parents or for people who are looking to read this document. The first comment is you don't need to say that this is your introduction, so I think you can just go straight in with I'm an immigration officer. Immigration officer is actually a title, and so it should be capitalised because it's a proper noun in the Immigration Department of Taiwan. Good, that's a clear start. The purpose of this document, really good, and that's using the sort of language that you would expect for a document of this type, is to provide specific guidelines and advice. Advice is actually uncountable, so we don't have a plural form, so we don't say advices, just advice. For foreign parents who are moving to Taiwan, when you move into somewhere, then you talk about moving into, for example, a house, an enclosed space. Taiwan is much general and it's larger, so just moving to Taiwan, about the local culture, in order for them to have a clear idea about how to live a healthy, safe, beneficial and enjoyable life here in Taiwan. Really good, that's a really effective, clear introduction. Language barriers. The department. Make sure you use capitals for the proper noun. Suggests that the foreign citizens who are planning on moving, here we don't need a the unless you're referring to specific people. The is a definite noun, so you'd use it if you're referring to something you've already mentioned or something that you will mention or something that is a shared knowledge or understanding. So here's a general foreign citizen, so we don't need a the. Who are planning on moving to Taiwan, again we don't need the in. Consider to be locate. The passive form here sounds strange in English. We would normally use the active form, who are considering, to consider. So the department suggests that foreign citizens who are planning on moving to Taiwan consider living, as an active verb, in areas where most foreigners normally choose to live. For example, in Taipei City, Tien Mu area is a popular area where many foreigners are currently staying. When you use the verb stay, it implies for a short time. So living would be better here. You can stay in a hotel for a week, but if you're living in a place, we wouldn't use the verb stay. Tien Mu is a wonderful location where many international schools are located. Again, we would not normally use the passive verb here. We would normally use an active form. So Tien Mu is a wonderful location with many international schools. Food and groceries are convenient. Average living quality is high. And lots of open spaces, which are precious in a crowded city like Taipei. Really nice, and that's a really effective use of the word precious there to imply that actually it's quite rare, so well done. Education, again we need capital letters because it's a proper noun, it's a title. The Immigration Department strongly suggests that foreign parents, again it's not a definite article because you're referring to general, all foreign parents who are moving to Taiwan, send their kids to an international school where more qualified teachers and programs and other resources are provided for students whose mother tongue is not Chinese. Really good, and that language sounds really natural and really effective. Well done. Culture. There are several taboos in Taiwanese culture. The department, again capital letter, the proper noun, suggests that foreign parents who are moving to Taiwan respect and comply with the cultural values in the local areas. For example, you cannot stick your chopsticks vertically into a bowl of rice. Again, we don't need a definite article. Check your spelling here of bowl. You cannot whistle during the night. It's considered bad luck. Really nice. Sounds a little bit abrupt as an ending though. I think you might want to add something about there are many other taboos in Taiwanese culture. To find out more, please visit. You could give them a website or a place or a person to talk to. And then it would be good to add a conclusion at the end as well, just to round off your advice and your guidelines. But a really good first draft. Well done.